So we have just rendered the title till now. Let's see what other things we have available. So we'll go to interfaces, we'll go to data. In data, let's see what we have. We have an image. So definitely we can use the image, we can show the images as well, right? Then what else we have? We have title, and do we have any description? Okay, as of now, let's just stick to showing an image as and the title. So for that, we'll create a component, and the way we are going to do is in the src we'll create a directory, new directory called as component. Inside component, we'll create a component called as anime.tsx, and I'll do rnfes so that I have the boilerplate code. Now, what do we need? Let's first copy one of the image URLs so that it becomes easier for us to make the component. And let's call this component anime component in our app so that we can visually see how this is looking, and we can actually comment out this piece of code because right now we are not going to see. So this anime component doesn't have anything, it just has the anime text, right? Let's go and edit this thing. So what we need is we need an image component, right? And this is something that which we haven't used previously. So image component is just like any other component, but for an image you have to specify what image has to be shown. So there is a prop called a source. There are variations of this source prop, but since right now we have the URL, we have a link to an image. So when we have link for any image, we can just say URI and we'll paste it here. Now when we paste it here, we don't see anything because there's a rule. If your source is an URL, you must define the styles. So we'll say, and give me a second, I'll tell you what exact styles which we have to define. So yeah, again coming back, if you are using an image component and if your source happens to be a remote URL, any URL, so you must define height and width. So I'll say 200 pixel and I'll say height as again 200 pixel. The moment I do, you can immediately see, okay, we have an image component, right? Okay, so let's do a little bit of styling. Let's call this as styles.container, and let's define the container, and we'll say we want to consume 100% width of whatever is available. So if I do now background color, you can see the whole area is now green. If I remove this image, you can see that the 100% width is taken. Whatever is available, take all of that. So let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this background color. I'll also say align items center because I want my image to be in the center of the whole of the container, right? Now what else I want? I want to have a padding. I'll say a padding of 20 pixel. I also want to have a border. So I'll say border width 1 and I'll say border color as black. If I save it, I should see some kind of border. Okay, that's looking great. Now what else I want? Let me also do one thing. Let me give styles to the app components view, which we'll call as container again. Now this container, what we'll say is that we want some padding, right? And let's give it 20 so that now we have some spacing and we can see our anime component. Okay, so what we can do is we can actually add one more component, that is text component, and let's see anime title, because I don't know the title of anime, so I'll just say anime title. And now what I'll say is that I want a margin from the image, that is margin bottom of 20 pixel, so that I have some spacing between these two, and I'll give some style to this text component. I'll call as title, styles.title. Now this title We'll have font size of 24 pixel, font weight of let's say 500, and the color will be gray. And if I save that, yeah, we can see that we have a component which is basically an anime component. It will show the anime's image, and it will also show the anime's title, right? But now if you see, we have hard-coded data in our component, which we don't want, because if we have hard-coded data, we won't be able to reuse this component, right? So instead of hard coding it, let's actually make this component reusable in the next video. Thank you.